Hi everyone, this is Miss Parko. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a simple shopping bag. This video will show you the first part, how to cut the fabric and how to iron down the top. And in another video, the next part, I will show you how to sew it, okay? So you need some fabric. For making a bag, it's quite okay to have a fabric that's a little bit thicker or sturdier. But a thin basic cotton fabric is also good. Don't use anything that is stretchy, okay? Like t-shirt fabric and those kind of things, they are not really suitable. So what you need to do, you fold your fabric, or if you have two pieces, put them together like this, so the nice sides are in the middle, and then we see only the wrong side. Then for pattern, it's very simple. You need a piece of A3 paper, okay? And you need to put it on your fabric. I need to be careful here to kind of try and keep my edges on the lines of the fabric because I have a stripy fabric. If you have a fabric that has a directional print, that means, for example, a picture of an animal or a person, so there is a part that is the top and another part that's the bottom. You need to make sure they go in the same direction. It wouldn't look really nice if, I don't know, the dog on your fabric is upside down on one side. So I'm pinning the paper to the fabric on all the four corners. And because this is quite a big piece, I also pin here in the middle. You can pin in this middle as well if you feel it's more secure for you. I don't really need it. And when I have pinned, I take my scissors and I go and cut right next to the paper. I'm not sure how my camera is. Maybe I need to move this a bit. Sorry guys if there are mistakes in the video. I don't think I will have enough energy to edit, so you will just have to watch all my mistakes. So this is how you go. You cut right next to the paper. 1 or 2 millimeters out is okay. Don't cut the paper, especially because we are using fabric scissors, right? So we don't want to cut paper with it. So right next to the paper, and we are cutting both fabrics at the same time. I made a mistake here. I was just cutting one fabric. I realized that it felt a bit easier, so I need to go and cut again. If we cut both fabrics at the same time, they will be exactly the same size, so that makes it easier for us to sew as well. Okay, and then I cut the other two sides. I turn around and cut right here next to the paper. Also a little trick, make sure when you pin, your pins don't go over the edge of the paper. I will get it closer. Don't do this, because when I'm cutting here, then the scissors will try and cut the pins. They won't be able to cut it, of course, but it will destroy the scissors. So make sure your pins don't hang over the paper. A little trick. Oops, did you hear that? That was my iron telling me that it was on for a long time and now it turned itself off. Let me move it a bit. If I move my iron, it turns itself back on again. This is my setup at home, so I might have different things than what we have at school. You know, I work from home quite a lot now. So I cut out my fabric. Again, I will try to lift so you can see that I cut maybe 1 or 2 millimeters from the edge of the paper, and maybe it's not 100% straight, just 99, and that is good enough for us right now. Okay, so now I take out the pins, and you see my good habit of putting the pins right back in their places right away. I don't like pins hanging around because they just fall down. So now I have two pieces of fabric that are the same size, They are going to make our bag. Now, before we start sewing, we are going to iron down one edge, the top edge, but because this fabric is not directional, it doesn't matter which side. If you have a fabric with figures on it, or I don't know, Christmas trees or people, make sure you do the ironing on the top, okay? So I'm going to try and move the camera so it covers the ironing board a little bit. I'm a bit tricking here. I don't want you to see my mess in my sewing room. Too much fabric. Let me see. Will that work? Right, kind of like this. So, more or less. So what we need to do, we need to fold down the edge of the fabric on the top 1 centimeter and then 1 centimeter again. And to have this, and it needs to be folded down towards the wrong side, okay? So this is the wrong side of the fabric, that's the right side, and we fold it towards the wrong side. We have a quite good tool for this at school. Let me see if I can come closer. Right. We have a really good tool in school. I don't have it at home. At school we have longer than this, dark blue, purple kind of thing with lines. It's made of cardboard and silicone, and you can iron it, and the lines are every centimeter if I remember well. So I made my own at home. I just drew with a pencil, and this is just a simple piece of cardboard. If I put it here and turn the fabric back and make sure that the edge of the fabric is on the first line, which is 1 centimeter, then it's gonna be a 1 centimeter fold. Again, we don't need 100% perfection, but kind of good. Can you see what I'm doing here? Right. So, and I'm moving away my fingers from the iron, and you see this is not long enough, and that's okay. I am just moving it over to this side and folding down again 1 centimeter and ironing. Okay? Don't leave the iron on without moving it for longer than 2-3 seconds, because it might burn your fabric. And then I put the edge of the paper here at the fold and fold it down once more. So that's gonna be 1 centimeter folded twice. Okay, why do we do this? This is called hemming, and it's done so that the raw edge of the fabric, the edge where we cut, that's the raw edge, it doesn't fray. Okay, fraying is when the threads are coming out of the fabric, and if you let it like that, and a bag like this, it might get dirty, so you might need to wash it, then it will get destroyed after a while. So this is what we will do on the top of our bag on one fabric, and then we take the other fabric and do exactly the same, just on one side on the top, okay? So, fold down 1 centimeter, iron, fold down 1 centimeter and iron. Okay, and then, oops, I destroyed there. Let me fix it again. Oops, the only problem with this cardboard that I'm using at home, it can get hot really quickly. So I'm trying to cool it off a little bit. I think the silicone ironing things at school, they don't get that hot, but you might have to double check that. So, 1 centimeter. And because there will be quite a lot of people who need to iron, try to do it kind of quickly. This doesn't need to take ages, okay? You fold down, you can press down with your fingers before even you start ironing, and then you just do this. I can even do like that. You see that? I can see that it's straight, so I don't even use the paper, the cardboard, I just iron. So that was the preparation, and in the next video I will show you how to sew this thing.